Hi, this is Kristen here. Welcome to another process video, and today I'm working on another layout for Halloween, and I am using Prima's Bewitched collection. So this is decoupage paper that was included in the collection, and it came with 3 decent sized sheets of decoupage tissue paper. And so I wanted to work with it. I didn't want to actually decoupage it onto my paper because, like you usually will use some kind of like Mod Podge or something like that. I just didn't want the heaviness of that. I wanted to kind of use it more as like just kind of a soft layer behind this pumpkin. And so what I did was I went and cut out the part of the paper that I liked and just kind of worked at the edges of the fiber to kind of like make it look torn and kind of rippled. That's what I'm doing here. So at the bottom of the screen, you can't really see it, but those floral pieces on either side of the pumpkin, that was on a different sheet. So that was decoupage paper. And so essentially what I'm doing is just kind of trying to rip the edges a little bit just to make it look a little bit more frayed. This little ghost that you see me holding down there, that's also was fussy cut from the decoupage paper. So I had already fussy cut out this pumpkin. I kind of started to kind of get my idea, my premise down for this layout when I started filming. I had already fussy cut out that pumpkin. So if you've watched any of my other Halloween videos, I did do had started a layout with the intention to use that pumpkin, and it just did not go with the picture that I was using, and so I kind of pivoted. So I had that pumpkin already set aside and fussy cut out, and so I really wanted to get around to doing another layout using the Bewitched collection. So this is a ticket sheet, so that was in the collection, and you could buy it. I think it came with maybe like 2 different designs, and you got 3 sets of each design. So it technically came with like 6 ticket sheets. And I think there were like maybe 6 tickets per sheet, maybe a little bit more than that. But you can tear them apart. So you don't have to use them as a full sheet, or you can use one at a time, whatever you kind of choose. And the thing that I really love about this collection are these vellum ghosts. I just think it was a very smartly done design on Prima's part to make a whole vellum packet of ghosties, because when you think of ghosts, you think of them being transparent. So I just think that was such a smart design idea, because pretty much whatever you put the ghost over, it's going to kind of have the background shining through to where, it looks transparent. So I really love that. The little ghost holding kind of like the pumpkin balloon up at the top, that's a die cut piece, as well as the little pumpkin guy at the bottom left. The witch sitting on the right hand side of the pumpkin, along with like a cauldron and a pumpkin there, those were all die cut pieces. So and of course Prima's well known for their beautiful flowers, and so I'm going to get those worked on here. And the flowers were kind of this peachy color. You also had purples, and then I really love these kind of daisy looking ones, which they have like shading around the edges in the center, kind of a grayish tone, just to kind of make them look almost like maybe like they're dying a little bit. Just thought that was a really cool design too. So I'm going to work those on, and I really wanted to do a few clusters of those kind of scattered around the page. Now, typically with Prima, I will kind of layer a lot on. So, I mean, I guess, if you're used to like really clean lines, more of a, like a, I don't know, I guess I would say not, cleaner look to it. This probably would not be the layout for you, because I definitely went maximalist on this. And I usually do with Prima, just because I feel like Prima looks so good layered up. That's kind of, I feel like the intention of the collections a lot of time is to like really do a lot of layers to it. So I decided the photograph that I'm going to document is of my daughter at her school field trip to a pumpkin patch. And so she was picking our pumpkin here, and I am just cutting down a 6x8 piece of paper from the paper pad to use that as a backing for my photograph. And I believe it's just like little flowers and like some ghosts on it. So kind of like the fact that the ghosts were kind of peeking out from around the photograph. So and so here is a close-up shot. I ended up adding some little gemstone pieces that were included in the collection. And then on the right-hand side, I included an acrylic title piece from Colorcast Designs. So the October 31st is an acrylic piece. And so here are a couple more close-up shots. I really appreciate you for coming by to watch another process video.